What is going on, everybody? I am here with Hodz G.
Yep.
Hodz G, yeah. Just mate, with Henry G, Hodz G. It's too similar. Having been in CS for quite a while, you mixing up in my head sometimes. How are you, Hodz?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good.
Nice. How are you feeling? So yesterday you played against VP. Had a pretty close series, you know. You almost won on cash. Give us a little rundown about what happened yesterday, and then we'll get into some more rounded questions about all things CS.
So the game started pretty late because of the delays, which is just unfortunate. And we played cash first, and we went 7-3 up. So we lost pistol and then won 7 consecutive rounds. And then we got eco'd, I think, and we just made a lack of experience. We made a lot of mistakes, and then the game we swapped over the CT side, and we thought we had it like 80 rounds is good for us, and just lack of experience. We let them dominate T side, and it gave them too much respect in that sense. But you know, they're 4th best team in the world, and I think if a couple of rounds had gone differently, or if we could have got both pistols, maybe we could have taken cash. Inferno, we just didn't play our game. I think starting CT side is always one of those things, like everyone thinks it's a great idea at the time because you know you're the most dominant side, but for teams that with less experience, sometimes it's better to start T side because you've got nothing to lose. If you lose 14-1, you know, or if you get 8 rounds, it's good. So whereas CT side, you're expected to put up 10, 11 rounds, and we got 8-7. We won T-Pistol, and then we instantly got eco'd. So with T-Pistol, again, we would have had, and the 2 ecos, we would have had like 16-13. So I think we did a good show. I mean, everyone thought we were going to get destroyed. So, you know, we're happy with how we did so far.
Nice. All right. So, well, hopefully going forwards, you're going to do well. But you know, we don't want to talk too much about just this one event. We want to get more into more opinions on stuff that's going in CS, British scene, and stuff like that. So, Hodz, you've been in the scene for quite a while. You know, you're a pretty talented player, and you've been around for quite a while. Do you want to give us a little bit of your CS background, CS story?
Oh yeah. So I've been playing since 2004. I want to say, before then, I was watching 1.6 games from 4Kings, and Team 3D were playing at CPL 2003.
CPL, that is a league that you will not have heard of if you're new to CS.
So, and then I played Source from 2004, I think. Eventually got into CGS in 2008, and then obviously I went to MTW in 2009 till 2013, and that's probably what people know me best for. I think I was like the first UK player to play over there.
What team was that? Who were you team with then? Was there anyone that people might know?
So I was with MTW. I was with Nookie and Krauthump and Hossa and Osiris Bash. It was at the time, and yeah, we just it was I knew them from going to tournaments, and I got talking to Botti, who was the manager of MTW at the time, and they just decided to take a chance on having an international lineup, and then we won back-to-back EPS titles, something they hadn't done in like 2-3 years. And then coming into CS:GO, we swapped. We had a really strong team, and then Nookie went to Mouse Sports, and then we had a really good team with myself, Wes, Moddy, Stinger, and yeah. So it was me, Moddy, Stinger, Wes, and then we had Steel, who moved over.
Oh yeah, of course. So you were teaming with Steel at one point. That is the Steel from NA, who's had all of his stuff going on. I'm sure you know who I mean. But yeah, what was that like at the time, and team with all of them, and how did you all do?
Like, we were doing really good. We were in the ESCA, I think it was an invite back then, and we had a really, really strong. Originally, we were going to join an org, Dignitas, and we had a very good deal. But unfortunately, at the time, it just worked out that Fnatic needed. They asked Moddy and Stinger, and obviously an org like Fnatic, and it felt more natural for them to play with Scandinavian players at the time, and we were just international, so it was a bit of a gamble. And then from there, we've just been really unlucky in CS:GO. I think UK sides, we had a Nexus, we could have done pretty well. We had the Lone Rangers, which again we could have done pretty well, but unfortunately just circumstances change. Without the support and people getting jobs and things happening, like people have to quit or can't put as much time, and it's just unfortunate. So
talking about that, you know, the British scene, arguably back then it was bigger, more healthy, more vibrant. Right now, what can we do to, you know, get the scene going more in the UK? and also just playing in the UK, what's your opinions on everything? And I know Neil was saying that it would be good if more chance were given to UK players to scrim against some of the bigger teams because you don't get that opportunity. So I don't know, your thoughts on all of that sort of stuff.
Well, like, we used to be in all the good practice channels, but obviously with UK changing teams every now and then, they basically excluded us. So coming into G3, we were like, can we get in? Can we get involved? Can we start playing like the top teams? Otherwise, in what world can we play all these, compete really? And the answer was no. So coming into this event, we haven't played anyone top. We haven't played like VP, we haven't played NIP.
Who have you been scrimming? So
we've just been playing like what is classed as tier 2, tier 3. I guess we're tier 4. Like, and it's never the same because when you play against the top, you learn a hell of a lot more than you do playing people your same level, and then we can't get into the leagues and the invites and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, with EPS UK coming back up, it's good, but I think we just need more support. It's both ways. It's UK team needs to market themselves and do the right things, and it also takes a sponsor to putting the amount of support in that sort of VP NIP are getting and take a chance. But I'm not saying that they should do that without the UK players giving something back, but that might necessarily not be just results, because it's very hard for, like, we proved it in the CGS. We had 10 CSS players in the CGS, 5 of which won the world championships. You know, they're all legends. A lot of them have quit now because of the lack of support. Like Willzu quit because he started working. Wes quit, and I think myself and Sam are the only 2 sort of old guard around. And I think it just has to happen that someone supports us again, because we have the skill, and it's impossible for us to come to an event like this. Like, for example, we play VP. It's their job. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I'd love to do it, but it's their job. They can play a lot. They can watch the demos. They can do everything. And even when we're doing that, which we are, we're coming home from work at 7, like playing. It's still not enough time. There's not enough hours in the day. Like, we finish 7 till 12 maybe, and then we're up, and then we're working, and all that time is lost. So, and then we have to exchange practice nights for tactic nights, and it's just
sometimes social nights. Surely, you know, everyone has to live a life as well.
That's the thing. Myself and James have both got partners of 8-9 years, so it's, you know, weekends are out really, and we can't. It's very hard to justify.
Always staying into practice, right? When you're not getting the support that maybe you should be.
And then it also, with work, going to all the events. We want to go to all the events, but our boss just turns around and say, actually, you've had your 22 days, or no, you
video games, why are you playing with you?
So you've taken 4 days off in a row, like last week. You can't do it again in 2 weeks' time. So luckily, myself and James have got pretty understanding jobs. So yeah, but that's why.
So I mean, overall, then, you know, kind of to close this interview out, playtime. A bit more support from sponsors in the UK, and also, you know, potentially getting into these kind of inner circles of the teams that should be given you opportunity to play with them, because, you know, you're good people, you've got good attitudes, hopefully. I mean, there's no reason for you guys not to be involved with that sort of stuff, mate. So any final words and all that, anything to say? Random Richard Lewis has just appeared in the background over there, threw me off a bit.
No, don't worry. I just think... GG, George. I just think, like I said, just it's going to take 2 things coming together: the players doing their part and the sponsors coming in and taking a risk. Really, whether that happens, I don't know. And just thank you for everyone who's supporting us.
Any shouts to Infuse and all that?
Just our sponsors: AOC, Astro, Scuff, and and MSI, obviously.
All right, so I mean, Shroud said a similar thing. He's hoping that when they go back to NA, I mean, they potentially might be moving to the EU. It's a rumour that they've put out or whatever. He says that he's planning on they plan on trying to get the NA teams to kind of come together and a bit more of a union, get together, dedicate themselves a bit more. Maybe we can see that with the UK. Maybe we can see the UK being given a chance to get into these Facebook groups, these little message systems, whatever these. And get into these opportunities, and hopefully, you know, you guys might have a shot to start, I don't know, reaching levels that you were at and you're still at technically, but you're just not given the opportunity to kind of practice a bit more.
Yeah, hopefully.
Sick. All right, thanks so much for your time, Huds. Everybody out there, show some love and support for the UK squads. Yeah, let's do it big. Thanks for watching. We will see you all in the next video.